Alrighty. So here we are back playing some more Ostriv, and today I think I know what I want to do. I think the biggest thing that I want to try to accomplish is actually really get the population up. And so if you click on each of these village houses, we can see that really all they need is wood, nail, clay, thatch, right? Thatch is pretty easy to get when we collect it. We have tons of it sitting around, I reckon. Yeah, it's not hard to get at all. Let's actually hire in 2 more workers for the thatchery. So that's pretty easy to get. Clay, we have an unlimited supply of it as long as there's clay pits around. For nails, nails should be sort of getting crafted up very, very quickly now, due to the fact that we have this smithy over here. So that's wood, nail, clay, thatch, or I was going the other way. And then wood, what I want to do is actually get all of the what's it called? The forestries completely, it looks like they are pretty much completely fully staffed. Oh yeah, look at that. That is quite cool. Quite cool indeed. It looks like these other guys sort of dealt with all of the trees that they needed to do, so let's go ahead and have them mark up some more. Mark trees for removal. Let's just do half of what's left here. I reckon that's good enough. Cool. So to accomplish this, the main thing that we're gonna need is village houses. I want to start building these up, just normal village homes, and we should get the population to go up pretty quickly. We can build quite a ways down here towards the water. I'm thinking that here ought to be a good spot, as well as here. That should be pretty decent. So they're going to finish the current village houses that they're on, and then they're going to move on to a second smithy. You know what? Let's actually wait on the second smithy. This one's going to be for metal parts. We don't really need that right now. Wells are going to be pretty important to get done. And then I do want to get the oil workshop done because I was checking out our farm, and as it turns out, we have a lot of sunflowers sitting around. Lots and lots of sunflower. So it would be nice to start dealing with that. We have clothes to sell. I mean, we could sell 500. Don't think that's a bad deal. We're starting to get a lot of money saved up, which is pretty cool. Workers. And I also want to, well, first off, I want to get every job site that we currently have completely operational. And then maybe we move on to this area here and try and build up another couple of farms. This time these farms will be used for, what's it called? I think it'd be a good idea to actually set up, whoa. To actually set up wheat, because if we produce wheat, then we can start making a type of alcohol, and that'll be pretty important. Flax, hemp, potatoes. Yeah, we can do, I think, wheat. And then honestly, probably something like flax. We could probably do 2 years of wheat and then flax. So a total of 3 fields. But then a fallow field. So 2 years of wheat and then 1 of flax and then a fallow field. And so that'll be pretty good. I think we can pull that off over in this area. So I'll have to consider that. And then it just comes down to building up tons and tons of houses. Look at them throw these houses together. close. They were pretty close. And one guy's putting together this whole house by himself. Anyways, we do want to make sure that the cart shed is constantly moving goods around, and it looks like it is, which is really cool. Metal parts, we can start selling metal parts and horseshoes eventually. And that'll be pretty good. And then I do want to set up some chickens as well. Some sort of chickens for some stuff. I think that'll be pretty good. Religious needs are satisfied. No entertainment buildings required at this point. Jobs are available. Housing. Enough food for sale. Water supply is sufficient. And migration is allowed. Cool. So I think we will build like just a bit of housing over here. I think that'll be a good move. Another new family. We're getting pretty close to having 200 adults moved in, which is pretty cool. I wonder if all of our construction offices are completely staffed now. I reckon that they are. Yeah, this one's completely full. This one's completely full. That's really cool. Did we build another one out here is my question. I don't think so. I think we only have like 3 construction offices. We need more water though, so let's go ahead and set up some more wells. I reckon here's a good spot. And let's go ahead and try and find another spot for another one. That seems fine to me. Let's move these on up. And then the oil workshop is next. That's really, really good. So now we got this nice little road completely done. And I think I do want to set up an orchard. Maybe like here. And then we can fill this in with just a couple more houses. So I've actually never made an orchard. So let's go ahead and check this out. Place for growing fruit trees. F1. Too bad you can't, like, with the fences. Too bad you couldn't do something like, create, like, kinks in the fencing. That would be really, really cool, I think. Like, it'd be nice if you could, like, create a kink here, move it out, you know. Instead of, like, perfect squares all the time, I think that would be just a lot more useful. Let's move this down to here. And I think that is good. Let's go ahead and go with that. Let's do another village house. Let's do this one here. I think that looks good. And consider some decorations and whatnot. I think we're kind of good, but I do probably want to set up a couple of pine trees. Just throw some out back of their house. Kind of like the idea of 2 here in these corners. Maybe 2 here. And for now, that seems fine. We'll leave that as is. Okay, so we have another house done. Let's actually pause the smithy for now. Ooh, where's this construction office? Let's unpause you. The wagon shed, stable. We'll move these to the end. We'll worry about that sort of thing later. Alright. Let's get even more village houses in. F1. kind of like the idea of making some slightly smaller like yards out here. Just because we've been making like the largest sizes possible for a while. And I think that this will look nice. Don't really know what I want to do with this area. Maybe we just sort of decorate it. Make like a little plaza. I think that'll be fine. Go ahead and hit enter there. And then we can do another village house. Rotate you to fit. And I think that looks fine. Cool. So now, in terms of decorations, you know what also be a pretty good idea is a water well here. Let's do a water well right there. And then we can do a pine tree. And then we can do a bench, I think would go well here. That looks nice. And then I wanted a lilac bush. I think that'll look fine. And then we continue on with another sort of yard here. F1. I think I like the way this looks. Let's go ahead and set that one up there. Perfect. So village houses are just absolutely flying up. The population's continuing to grow. That's really good. Now we're starting to get hundreds of people walking around on our little island here. I keep wanting to call settlements and stuff islands. Just because I play so much Tropico 6, but this isn't an island, right? This here is the Ukrainian settlement. In our little settlement, this entire area just flew up pretty quickly, which is really nice. Cool, cool, cool. And I think that what we'll do is build another little home here. And then maybe what we can do is build them their very own yard, sort of. Cool. I think that looks pretty cool. Neat, neat, neat. Construction complete. Orchard. An orchard's finally finished. Let's go ahead and, I suppose, hire in just 2 people. Production limits, dried fruit, tree type, apples, I guess. Just do apples. Let us create some apples. Cool. So now we'll have apples. Bolliclia, clothes, we don't really have like a whole lot of clothing to sell this time. Hopefully we're not running into issues with that. That would be kind of annoying. Total stored resources. Okay, that's resources. How are we doing on... Oh, there's no clothes at all in this warehouse. Nor in that warehouse. Nor in that warehouse. Or this one. Okay, that's concerning. What is going on with clothing production? Tailor workshop. Not enough textile to start production. Okay. Were we selling it all? Not enough flax or hemp to start production. Okay, yeah, I think we were selling it all. That's probably our only issue, so. Next year, just gotta make sure that I don't sell it all. Oh wow, look at the reflections. That's really, really good looking. That's actually crazy good looking. Huh. I never noticed. Alrighty, alrighty. Lots and lots of houses coming up. That's good. And I think we'll just do a bunch of like normal housing all throughout here. But before we do that, it'll be pretty important to make sure that we actually set up the, what's it called that I wanted? The farm. So let's go ahead and start that on up. To get things started, let's do a farm? I suppose here. Let's move this up to be the very next thing to be constructed. Look at all of our cows, man. How many cows do we have? I reckon that we have probably like as many as possible. This cow needs to be slaughtered. They've been steadily slaughtering cows, I think, which is pretty nice. The dairy, and so I think we'll double down on cattle. Right, so we're gonna build this farm out here, this farm building, and there'll be a bunch of fields connected to it. And I think with these fields, I want to do another cow shed, another whole cow shed. And in doing so, this should allow us to get lots and lots of dairy produced, right? Lots of butter, cheese, smetana, that sort of thing. And I think that'll be pretty useful. And with all of that production, then maybe like the next farm, whenever we do something like over here or something, we'll do like goats or something, or whatever else we can get our hands on. Sheep. Sheep are probably pretty important. Merafa, they sell warm clothes. Let's go ahead and just buy another 500. Just so we're not running out. And let's actually buy 500 textiles, because I am kind of worried that we aren't going to have everything that we need exactly. Cool. Cool. All the construction workers are going home. This area here, I kind of think that we can do pine trees like this, staggered all up and down through here. And then we can do something like that. So now they should have like a much straighter path through here. Should, hopefully. Maybe what we do is... Ooh. Let's build a gazebo here. Build like some little yards. And then I think what I want is another lilac bush here. And then a pine tree here. A bench here. Lilac bush here. And another lilac bush here. Cool, I think that looks pretty neat. And then maybe what we do is... something like this. So now they should, yes, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. So I just think this will look a lot more neat. The entire population living in this little zone here. I just think that looks pretty nice. And then what else we can do is simply throw out a lilac bush here. I think that'll look good. Bolliclia, they're selling us clothes, or they're going to buy our clothes. Honey, in our export stock. We have another 500, but I mean, we'll probably leave it this time. Did they finish the... They did finish the oil workshop. Let's hire in 2 workers. Turn off this and that. Let's just do sunflower oil. Resource supply, worker by carts, worker by hands, labor by hands and carts as well. So anyone that's willing to help out. Oh, we can create linseed oil. Where's our linseed coming from? Is linseed coming from here? It is. Interesting. I had no idea. Ah, look at them go. We should build a bunch of housing all throughout here pretty soon. $216. These houses are all flying up. That's pretty good. I kind of don't like this housing placement. That was kind of foolish of me, but it's fine. Man, look at all of this go down. It looks like they're getting done with most of their trees again. So let's mark even more trees for these guys. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. They're not really chopping any trees down. Kind of annoying. It's like everyone would rather use this forestry's wood instead. Curious. Ooh, we could even build all the way out here. We need to chop all these trees down, but we can build out here. Interesting. Oh, we finished the farm. What am I doing? Going to ×1 speed for now. Let's hire in a manager. Supply for oxen. And then all we need to do is start adding fields, right? And I think this one we will simply build it right next door. Place is occupied by what? Oh. Not exactly straight. Place is occupied still? It is. That's kind of annoying. Maybe what we do is... Ooh, look, right here. I think that's the perfect spot. Place is becoming occupied by the edge of this building. What a shame. It was perfect right here. The angle's just off a little bit though. I mean, I'm half tempted to just send it, but like, I want it to be like all the way here. But I mean, let's scrap it. Maybe we just keep it simple and do something like just out here. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I suppose that one will do fine though for now. And then of course we are going to do wheat on that one. Let's come on over here. Where is... What I want to see is where's the... It's right here. Perfect. So right there. kind of hate that. We'll take it, honestly. And cool. So, I mean, it's a little, you know what we can do is, what if instead I do that? So now I know exactly where it is. Let's restart you, demolish that. We'll take that. I like that. That looks pretty good. But now, if I come in here, I should be able to select this fence, demolish it. Same thing with you. Now we have 2 out of the requisite 4 fields that I wanted. Go ahead and set up just a couple more. Keep this one quite a bit more simple. So right along here. Let's do 50 units out in this direction. 50 units over here. 50 units over here. Perfect. Okay. I like that one. And then honestly, I'm thinking just back over here is fine. We now have a manager. Let's add in all of the goods that we're going to be doing. And we're going to do 2 years of wheat. 2 years of wheat. So this one can be, no, this one can be wheat. So that's their 2 years. And then this one's going to be flax. So flax and then 2 years of wheat. Flax, 2 years of wheat. Flax, 2 years of wheat. And we just need 1 more field. And then we will be there. Cool, 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 cool. Add field. I don't love that, but I mean, we'll deal with it. I think I want this one. Nah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Good enough. Cool. So now we have everything there. This one needs wheat here, and then fallow, and then flax. Perfect. Okay, so now we have that all set up. It's September, so we'll start in the next year. That's a bit concerning. Lots of goods are out here, and no one is really getting down to finish those. So, what I think I'm gonna do is let's build up just a ton of houses here. Just to ensure that this sort of thing doesn't really happen. Let's do 1 here, and then I'm thinking another, like 2 houses. You know, let's go 3 houses in a row. And then I kind of want to give each of these guys their very own, like, yard. We'll wait until that's all done, though. Okay, so there's 3 more houses. And I think that what we can do is more yards. Let's do this to here. There. I think that looks fine. What we could even do is something like this. Ooh. Demolish this on up. Here to there. Perfect. Look at that. I like the way that looks. And what I think we'll do is something like that. I think that looks fine. I'm a bit scuffed, but it'll be okay. And then we can throw in like a lilac bush there. Pine tree up against their house. Let's do a bench over here. Another lilac bush there. Another lilac bush here. Let's do 2 pine trees here with their very own bench. I kind of like the idea of it being sort of off-centered like that, and then a lilac bush here. Cool, I like the way that looks. Let's do a pine tree here. Do another pine tree here. We can do like a couple of pine trees out here, I think. We're close to another tree. That looks fine. And then maybe what we can do is like lilac bushes, sort of. All up in here. Cool, I think that looks kind of neat. What are you guys growing? Weird. Never seen anything quite like that. And let's do just a couple of lilac bushes, like out here, I think. Looks decent. So we have these houses. I kind of want to create like yards out front for each of them. And then we can do like another couple houses here. You know what, maybe we, just for this area, do another one of these village homes. Before we do that though, what I do want to kind of do is, let's get this house and put it at the very front. I do want to get this house done so I can have a better idea of where to place all of that. And then maybe right here we just do a couple of normal village homes. I think that looks fine. Can do something like this perhaps. And maybe what we do is something like a couple of pine trees out here with a bunch of lilac bushes sort of dotting all throughout. Well, I think that looks fine. Nice, nice, nice. And then out front of these houses, what we can do is just like a real simple. Let's first and foremost start with this. Cool. I think that looks nice. And then we can do something like a pine tree here, and then maybe another pine tree over in that corner. And of course, throw in a couple of lilac bushes I think would look nice. Cool. Content with all of that. Let all that get built up. Let's move these houses to be next. After, of course, this house. Perfect. Okay, so I'm getting pretty content with all of the housing that we're springing up here. And I think that I also want to do another what's it called? Another forestry. I never really build these buildings, so I'm not always 100% sure where they are. But another forestry I think would be pretty useful. So if we remove 2 trees, then we can build one here. Let's go ahead and do that and move that up to be here. Yes. Perfect. Cool. So there is all of that planning done. We have 220 people moved in. It's still September. And in the next month, or in the next year, the beginning of the next year, we will start to get a lot of very good stuff. So let's go ahead and come down here. Bulls, so let's use optimize bulls livestock. Let's turn that off. Let's also come in here and do another cowshed. I like that spot, and then let's do... We're gonna need another hay barracks. Barracks. I think it's maybe trade and transport, yes. Let's do that there. Another village house, trader from Merafa. And then what I wanted to do is... What is it that I wanted to do? Hay dryers. We're gonna need tons of these. Let's do 3. Three like that, and then we can do decorations to sort of create an area that is just for these guys. And just a little bit more. Content with that. But we do need to demolish you and replace you with something a bit better. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Cool. And now we have all this stuff set up. Let's go ahead and move, I guess, the hay barracks here to next. Then this cowshed. and then the rest of the stuff. And of course we're going to need a bunch of new housing out here. We're also going to need, ideally, a new market. So let's go ahead and sort of idealize where this is going to be. I think right here would be a good spot. So, trade transport, market stall. Let's do here. Oh no, wrong way. Let's do here, there, 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 here, here, and two more there and there. Perfect. There is that, and we're also going to need probably some smaller granaries. Of course, that always makes sense. We're always going to need these. I really like that spot for the first one. And then you know what? I kind of think that here could be a pretty good spot. Let's do that. Cool. Merafa again. Not really worried about that. And then we're also going to need a warehouse for the firewood and the clothings. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's have this one face this way, I think. Cool. Now, what else do I want to do? Cool, they're focusing on the hay barrack. Barracks. Winter sets in, that's fine. And I want to do just a bunch of extra housing all throughout here. What does kind of suck is that this little, like, avenue here, this little road is really wide, and I'd rather not have that, but I guess it'll be okay. We can just sort of dot it in with some trees and whatnot, and I think it'll be fine. Cool. Alrighty. Religion. Yes, and so what we're doing here, this is setting us up for, what's it called? This is really going to be setting us up for alcohol production. So let's actually look into that. What we're going to need is a distillery. Produces horilka from wheat. Interesting, we're going to need bricks and lime. Bricks and lime. A bit concerning. There's lots of people out there I can see who are wanting water, so let's just set up a couple more wells so that people don't complain as much. I think that is a good spot. And that gives me the idea that we can even set up some additional housing here, perhaps. It's a bit tight. No, that's too tight. I don't want to do that. That's fine, though. Okay. Oh, we got this house done. So now all I needed to do was to set up this. Just for now, we'll do something like that. Kind of hate the way that looks. But I think that looks fine. Perfect. Cool. So now we have all of this partitioned out. It kind of looks a bit funky, but I think it'll work. And then what I wanted to do is actually a village house with a garden here. Go ahead and set this on up. I think I like the way that looks. Go ahead and hit enter there. Perfect. So now we're gonna need to start focusing on brick production. Bricks, and what else are we gonna need? Barley and hops. Almost the same exact thing, but we're gonna need nails, this, that. So we need lime and bricks. We need to figure that all out. Lime and bricks. A lime work. Produces lime from quick lime and water, right? Produces quick lime from limestone and charcoal. Okay, so we need the lime kiln, which will give us lime works. Lime kiln. Lime works. Now where do we have the infinite lime resources? There's stone, but I believe it is over here. Limestone deposit, are these the infinite ones? No, these have 10,000 though, that's kind of a lot. It'd be probably a better idea to sort of focus on something like that. And you know what, I think we'll make a bridge here, because whenever we set up our main like city area here, what I want to do is start at the top of this hill and then have like a main road kind of come down through here and then sort of reach its end right around this area. So I think that'll be really, really neat. But what we can do is maybe create like a second road that comes down this way and hits a bridge. So let's do a stone bridge. Quite like that. Let's go and move that up to be the very next thing. Oh, they finished a forestry. Interesting. Let's go ahead and open up all the worker slots. All the worker slots for that. And let's go ahead and mark trees for removal. And let's start with just like a bit of a crescent shape like this. Actually, you know what? We could mark literally all of these trees out here. It's not that big of an area. Let's just have them focus down all of this. Who knows how long it'll take them to eventually get all this done, but time is on their side. I reckon that's probably good enough. Cool. And so now summer approaches. Let's open up all the worker slots for this. And we turned off, what's it called? Yeah, it does kind of suck that we don't really have. We don't really have the oxen for this over here, this cow shed, or for this farm. It'll be fine. We can focus on plowing like the next season. I think that plowing only. If there's a plow on a farm, sowing will start after the field's plowed. Plowing helps restore soil fertility. Yes, so I mean, the first year it's not too important, right? If a field hasn't been plowed, it consumes 30% more nutrients. Oh. Okay. I mean, it'll be okay. Let's go ahead and activate all of these. And we're also going to want to do a bunch of additional housing all throughout here too. Really start to help with this farm here. Let's go ahead and start with you. kind of like that. I do want it more like this though. And let's do another one here. Derkachi, these guys. Hello. Go ahead and sell them 500 shoes. We don't need to sell clothes. Let's keep the clothes around for a bit. In terms of honey, we don't need to sell honey either. But pretty soon we'll be able to sell our sunflower oil, and that'll be pretty interesting. Let's actually go and check on that building. I haven't checked on it in a while. I guess before that we should finish up this. I haven't checked on it. I think I've checked on it like once. Let's do that. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Sunflower oil. Linseed oil. That's pretty cool. So we're like maxed out on the storages for those. So let's go ahead and start selling the oil to the population. Out here we had butter and cheese. And then we had milk smetana. And then instead of the second dried fruit, we'll change this out for sunflower oil and then linseed oil. Cool. Sunflower oil, linseed oil, and that's what we want to do on all of our markets. So dried fruit, the dried fruit one, which is here. And of course we want to do sunflower oil and then linseed oil. I don't think linseed oil is anything particularly edible, but still pretty interesting. There's that one like YouTube shorts guy. It's like Irish and he makes what's it called? He makes like he's like a carpenter, and there's always the point in the video where he like rubs linseed oil on whatever he's just finished crafting. So let's go and find dried fruit and sunflower oil, linseed oil. Cool, cool, cool. So now we have all of that done. And I wonder, do we fit linseed oil and sunflower oil? We do. Sunflower oil, another $12.50 here. Take from other granaries. Linseed oil, another $12.50 here. Take from other granaries. So milk, smetana, sunflower oil, linseed oil. Milk, smetana, sunflower oil, $12.50. Linseed oil, $12.50. Cool. Sunflower oil here, $12.50. Linseed oil here, $12.50. Cool, cool, cool. I believe everything is set up perfectly. Amazing. Sunflower oil, $12.50. Linseed oil, $12.50. Take from other granaries, both of these guys. And so now the oil workshop should be losing a bunch of their oils, but this means that they can produce more. Cool, cool, cool. And then we're selling this to our own population. Amazing stuff. And then perhaps what we can do is in the trading post, let's add sunflower oil and let's do 500 units. Cool. And so now we'll start selling some sunflower oil and whatnot. Let's look at jobs. Yes, we still have plenty of jobs. Let's start trying to build up a bunch of housing. Oh, they're finishing the stone bridge. Cool, which means that we can access these limestone deposits. And I think that's like literally the only infinite supply of limestone that we have on the map. Believe so. Cool. Real quick, let's get an idea of how many more markets that I want to build. We'll leave this one here, and then once we start building the downtown area, all of the buildings, or like most of them, are going to have stores on the first floor, and so we won't need to build any markets throughout here. And then maybe we just surround it with like a number of like smaller village homes with like big tall buildings, distilleries, and just anything big. And I kind of want to put the church right on the like tallest point of this hill here, and maybe surround it with the tall buildings. I think that'll be pretty nice. And so we're definitely going to want to mark it here, and then maybe another one here could be kind of cool, and then surround it with just whatever, just some houses and stuff. So that's like 2 new markets. Probably try and chop down this entire forest at some point and maybe set one up here. So that's 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then like 6, maybe a 7th, and then maybe an 8th. Wow, look how many trees we have access to over here. An 8th could go here, but it's gonna take a lot of tree chopping, so potentially not the most important thing. What are you guys doing? Resource supply, worker by hand, and carts. Let's do carters as well. Maybe the carters can come and help sort that out. How are we doing on nail production is my question. With 1,000 nails. They literally have 1,000 nails. Let's look at our storages. 750 nails in, that's good. Metal parts, iron. Wood. Brick, thatch, lime. Alright, so with this bridge almost complete, it's probably going to be time to set up this limestone and charcoal. A lime kiln. You know what? Maybe it's time that we finally set up... Okay, so as soon as that's done, let's do the wagon. Let's do a stable, the wagon shed, and then this other smithy. Ooh, I don't like how that's not perfectly straight. But anyways, so these 3 here, and then we're gonna need to buy in horses. I've never done any sort of like horse trading, or like, I've never had horses. The only animals I've ever had on my little population here was cows, a bunch of cattle. Alrighty, so I think that we're gonna go ahead and end today's episode here. We're doing pretty good in terms of like trying to rapidly expand things. What I do need to do is probably slaughter some of the older cows, and then try and get a couple more bulls. Don't slaughter them, and sort of use them to restock this cow shed. You know what, we probably don't even need to slaughter these. Let's take some of the younger cows, like these 3 2-year-old cows, and let's actually move them. Drag and drop to another cow shed to relocate. 1, 2, 3. We need people to work in this as well as a manager. Just open those all up. And so we'll start the next episode with getting a bunch of housing down in this area. Probably another construction shed. And I do want to do something else. We won't do the distillery yet. I do want that to be like kind of like a hallmark of our downtown area. We might even put it right here and use it as like the lead-in to our main road. And then I want the church here, of course. But we're gonna have to probably get every single logging camp, all of the forestry workshops, and have them start chopping down this entire forest, turning it all into useful stuff for us, like a bunch of new houses and whatnot. And then, yeah, but just a bit more time. Oh, look at that. They chopped down this entire area. That's pretty cool. We could put probably a couple more village houses for food in these areas. And yeah, we're almost, like, this entire corner, we're using 100% of the land, just a couple more houses here, and we'd be using 100% of all the available space here. Could probably throw in a couple more village homes, maybe like right down here, maybe even like right here, like a little square full of village homes. And then it just comes down to chopping this all down. Probably want to fit more village houses with gardens in this area as much as we can. Maybe even stretch it up to like halfway up the hill here. Well, no, I don't want to do it too far because I do want this. I want to create like a circle sort of with all of the row houses. You can just imagine how cool that's going to be to have just a bunch of row houses like this. And it's going to be really, really cool. And then a church, the big church in the middle. You can just imagine this right up here on top of the hill. Yes, yes, yes. So it'll be here. And then going down this way is going to be a main road. All the bigger production buildings is what I want to sort of fit in there. We'll do stuff like more weaver's workshop, tailor's workshops, the glass works, a pottery, a brewery at some point. We'll probably do another set of farms like somewhere out here in one of these, maybe even right here. I think this will be a good spot for the hop and barley fields. And then we can set up a brewery maybe like right around here. And then what else? What else? What else? What else? A trading dock is, I want this kind of like right here. And so it'll kind of be incorporated into our main downtown road area. It'll be like a little trading station here. We might even relocate this bad boy, the trading post, to be right around here, just so it's in a bit more of like a central location, I would say. Lots and lots of stuff, of course, like a barber surgeon, the primary school, of course. I'm not sure exactly what education does, but still be pretty useful, potentially. Let's see, what else? Not a whole lot there. Production. Salt work, oil workshop, saddlery, bowling mill. A fishing dock would be really cool to have around here, I would say, as well. Start producing some fish, importing, what's it called, salt and that sort of thing. Get some more stone wells down, and then, yeah, just row houses. So, pretty soon we will have a bustling, huge city, hopefully. That's all we can really hope for. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with the rest of the Ostriv playthrough, where I'm going to be trying to create pretty much the biggest city that I can possibly manage. It would be nice to chop down literally all the trees and just expand out as much as humanly possible. Try and have like maybe 2, maybe 3,000 population. I reckon we can get there, especially once we start building up a lot of the row houses. But yeah, if you want to stick around for that, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.